Hello everyone and welcome back to the breakdown. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a server for Minecraft 1.14.3 so you can play with your friends. Minecraft 1.14.3 just came out today and we're going to be going through every single step of starting a server for it, from downloading the server files to getting them set up to allowing your friends to join the server. We're going to be doing it all in this video. First and foremost though, I do want to mention that this is not a 24-hour server. It's only a server that is up and running when your computer is up and running. And you're going to need some better hardware to do this. At least 16 gigabytes of RAM with a modern processor, at least an i5-7600K or an i7-6700K in order to run this. AMD is similar. You can just look up the equivalent kind of specs for an AMD processor, but you're going to need a better processor to do this. It's also not a public server. It's only meant for you, your friends, your family, people you trust, because it uses your own public IP address, and anyone who gets your own public IP address can find out where you live. They can take your internet offline through DDoS attacks, and they can even just be annoying. Like through a DDoS attack, take your internet offline for 5 minutes, then turn it off for 15 minutes, then turn it back on. It happens all the time whenever an IP is leaked. So that's why it's very, very important that this server is just for your friends and family. But what if you want a Minecraft server and your computer isn't good enough to run it, right? You don't have a good processor, you don't have enough RAM to be able to play Minecraft and all that stuff while you're hosting your server. Or what if you want to host a public server and give it out to anybody and everybody, not just people you trust? Well, I have a solution for you, and that solution is Apex Minecraft Hosting. Go to the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex, to get an incredible 24-hour DDoS-protected Minecraft server for you, your friends, for anyone else in the world. It is 100% public. You can have it private or you can have it public. It is 100% up to you. And we love Apex so much that we host our own server on them, play.breakdowncraft.com. We use 100% Apex hardware for that. So we love them. We trust them with our own server, so you know you can trust them with your own server as well. On top of all of that, Apex Minecraft Hosting does not require port forwarding, doesn't require anything. I'm actually in this video right now. You're seeing me set up a 1.14 server on Apex. It's less than 5 minutes and just a few clicks. So again, go check out Apex, the first link down below, the breakdown.xyz/Apex, for an incredible Minecraft server for you, your friends, or anyone else you want to play. But nevertheless, if you're okay with not having a 24-hour server, if you want a server that's just for you and your friends and your computer can run it, let's go ahead and get our 1.14.3 server set up. The first thing you want to do is go to the second link down below, and that's going to take you here. This is actually our written guide on making a 1.14 server. This is a good place to go if I'm going too fast for you. So I'm very, very fast usually with these tutorials because it's a lot of information and otherwise it'd be a 4-hour video. So come here, go through this. It's a text tutorial and walk you through it a bit slower than what I'm doing here in the video. But once you're here, you want to click on this download Minecraft button. And what this is going to do is take us off to where we can download the Minecraft server file. As you can see, download Minecraft_server.1.14.3.jar. That's a mouthful. But we want to click on that Minecraft_server right there, and it will go ahead and start the download in the bottom left. This is 100% safe, 100% safe to keep if it asks you to keep it, which it is, right? See, server.jar is what it should be called. That's what ours is, and we do need to keep the file. This is from Minecraft.net. This is Minecraft's official website, so it is 100% safe. On Mozilla Firefox, it asks you to save the file in the center of the screen, and you can go ahead and do that. At this point, we can go ahead and minimize our browser, and here on our desktop, we have the server.jar file. Now, at this point, we need to create a new folder. So right-click, create a new folder, and title that folder play.breakdowncraft.com, or anything you want. I'm going to title it play.breakdowncraft.com. You could title it Minecraft 1.14.3 server if you want, but I'm going to title it play.breakdowncraft.com because that is the best Minecraft server in the multiverse. It is actually our own Minecraft server with incredible grief-protected survival that has custom quests, over 25 free quests, custom jobs, absolutely incredible, in addition to our awesome Skyblock server that has custom plugins, that has everything you want with a great community, OP enchantments. It's incredible. So come play with us, play.breakdowncraft.com, the best Minecraft server in the multiverse. But nevertheless, once you've got your folder created, go ahead and take the server.jar file and drag and drop it into it. Now go ahead and open up the file you created, and in here we want to right click, create a new text document. So right click new, and then see that text document, open that up. You can leave that title new text document, and then just go ahead and double click on it to open it with Notepad. Once this is opened here, you want to go to the description of this video where you'll find these codes right here. As you can see, we've got 2 gigabytes, 3 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes. What even is this? Well, this is the amount of RAM that your server is going to have, right? So most servers are going to need at least 2 gigabytes with 1.14.3. That's because it's just not as efficient as other and older Minecraft versions. However, I'm going to be running this with 4 gigabytes just to stay on the safe side. So let's go ahead and copy that there and paste that in. Now we can go ahead and do file save as, and we want to save this as a run.bat file. So run.bat, it's very important that that is the file name, and then the save type needs to be as all files. So file name is run.bat and save type as, or save as type, all files. Then go ahead and click save. Now if we close out of that, we can minimize this, that was into the description, and we should have a run.bat file here. We can delete the new text document if you want. You can also leave it, but there's no reason to have it. We just need this run.bat file. Now we can go ahead and double click on that and it will start our Minecraft server up, except it'll fail. Now, as you can see, press any key to continue, it has failed. And if you read the console, you'll see you need to agree to the EULA, and that's what we're gonna do. So now we have this EULA.txt. We can go ahead and double click on that. It'll open it in Notepad. Go to this link right here. Make sure you agree to that Minecraft EULA. And if you do agree with the Minecraft EULA there, change EULA equals false to EULA equals true, TRUE, exactly like that. And then do file, save, right like so. Close out of the EULA and now double click on run.bat. At this point, it should open up your Minecraft server. If it doesn't, or if you had an issue and it didn't generate the EULA at all, well, we have a solution for you. You need to download Java. So you can come here in the description down below. This is our in-depth guide on how to download the Java development kit, which is needed not only to run a Minecraft server, but Minecraft mods, Optifine, anything and everything to do with Minecraft. Other than running Minecraft, you need the Java development kit, and you can download this here. If you download that and it's still not working, you still can't open the server file, you need to run the jar fix, and this is linked in the description as well. It's our in-depth guide on running the jar fix in Minecraft. So go do that and it'll repair your jar files and you'll be good to go. Now at this point, we can go ahead and minimize our browser and see that done there, our server has started up. Now at this point, you could join your server, but I don't know about you. I want my friends to be able to join my Minecraft server, not just, me. Kind of boring being in a server alone, so let's go ahead and stop the server by typing stop, stop over here in the console with no slash or anything, and hit enter. We'll go ahead and close out of everything, and then we can go ahead and press any key to continue and make the console just vanish. Now, at this point, we need to port forward. I know port forwarding scares a lot of people, but it's very, very easy. We have helped hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people port forward over the years. So we're going to go through every single step. We've got articles and guides and everything to help you port forward. So don't worry about it. We're going to get through it. Let's just go ahead and get started. The first thing we want to do is click on the top left for me, but it's going to be in the bottom left of your screen. That little Windows icon in the bottom left, click on that and then type in CMD. Right, like so, the command prompt. And this is what it should say, command prompt. Click on that, and in the command prompt, type ipconfig, ipconfig, exactly like that, and hit enter. It'll then do a bunch of stuff, and we need a few numbers from here. There's a lot, but we only need 2 strings of numbers. That's it, 2 strings of numbers. Everything else can be forgotten. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a notepad document here. And in this notepad document, we're going to put the numbers we want. So the first one is going to be our IPv4 address, right? So that is going to be located over here. As you can see, IPv4, and mine is 192.168.1.184. Yours may be completely different from mine. Most likely it is, and that is perfectly okay. It is perfectly okay if your IPv4 address is different. It actually should be. If it's not, that's fine too, though, by the way. Nevertheless, let's go ahead and then get the second number we need, which is our default gateway. So for our default gateway here, I have 2 numbers. I have this big long string of numbers and letters, and then I have one below it, which is just 192.168.1.1. You need the simpler one, the one with just numbers. So 192.168.1.1 for me. For you, it may be something completely different. It could also be exactly the same, but you want the easier one down here. Just the numbers. Don't get the one that's got numbers and letters, and this one even has a percent. Don't even do that. Get the one with just 192.168.1.1. It should just be a string of numbers. That's it. Nevertheless, once you've got that, we can close out a command prompt because everything we need is right here in this notepad document. Speaking of notepad, we need to open up something else with notepad, and if we come back over here to our server folder here where we have our server.jar and all of that stuff, we'll have a server.properties file. Go ahead and double click on that. Now it'll prompt you to open that. You need to open it with notepad, right? So just open that with notepad and then it'll look exactly like this. Now, next to server-IP, right here, find server-IP, here it is. Go ahead and put your IPv4 address. So no space or anything, just equals, and then your IPv4 address, which is 192.168.1.184 for me. Enter whatever your IPv4 address is right here next to server IP, with no space or anything, just equals your IPv4 address. Now, let's go ahead and do file, save, make sure we save that server.properties file, and then close out of it. Now, it's time to get serious and port forward. So let's go ahead and open our browser, and then we need to open up a new tab in our browser. Like here, you would type in the breakdown.xyz or breakdowncraft.com or youtube.com, where you would normally type a website in the top of your web browser. Go ahead and enter your default gateway. Now, my default gateway is 192.168.1.1. I'm just going to copy it and paste it over here and then hit enter. Boom. So this is going to open up my router. Now, yours most likely looks completely different from mine, and that is perfectly fine. There will be one similarity though, and that similarity is a login box. You'll have some sort of login box where you'll enter in some login information. Mine is right here. Yours may just pop down from the top. It might be in the center of the screen. You'll have some sort of login box. Now, what login information do you put here? Well, we have a resource in the description down below on how to find your router's password. This goes through to find the username and password for your router. This is different from your Wi-Fi info, so you need to go through this tutorial to find it, and it shows you everything you need to do. It gives you 5 different methods to find your router password, talking to the person who set up your internet, checking the router, trying the default info, all the way to talking to your ISP, but pretty much no one makes it to this point. Everyone finds it by method 3. So, nevertheless, that is how you can find your router's password. Once you have it, go ahead and log into your router. Now, at this point, we can finally start port forwarding. Again, if you don't want to port forward, Apex Minecraft Hosting allows you to set up a server in less than 5 minutes with absolutely no port forwarding. You don't have to worry about any of this crazy stuff like going in and logging into your router or anything. All you have to do with Apex is get an IP address and join the server. So check them out again at the first link down below, thebreakdown.xyz/Apex, if you want a server very, very easily. But nevertheless, let's go ahead and port forward. So at this point, you most likely have something that looks completely different from what I have when you've logged into your router. And that's kind of the problem with port forwarding, is it is a bit different for everybody, but I'm going to try my best to help everyone out. The first way we did that is by creating a guide on how to port forward on the top routers out there today. This is everything from a Verizon router to an AT&T router to a Netgear router. It is all covered in this video. So come here, watch this video, and watch it all the way through, even if your router isn't on the list, because if it's not on the list, it's most likely similar to one of the ones on the list. There's only a few companies that really make routers, for example, like Cisco, Netgear, Linksys. Those are the big 3 companies, and all of those routers in there are like different versions of that same thing. So most likely your router is going to be one of those, and it's going to have similar like setup and like wording and all of that stuff as those do. So nevertheless, go there, watch this video. It's linked in the description down below, and then come back to your router. Now, as I'm port forwarding here, I'm going to be giving you the popular terms that port forwarding can be in order to help you out as well. So first and foremost, for me, it is in security. For you, it may be in advanced. It may be in advanced. It may be in NAT forwarding, NAT forwarding. It may be in NAT gaming, NAT gaming. It may be in apps in gaming. For me, though, it is in security. And then it is in apps and gaming. For you, it might be in advanced, though. It might be in advanced and then advanced again. It might be in advanced in administration. It could be just in administration. There's tons of different names for it, but overall, you're looking for port forwarding. For me, again, it was in security. And then I had to click on apps and gaming. And then I have to click on single port forwarding, and at this point, I can finally port forward. For me, I need to click Add New Single Port Forward. For you, you may just have a list of these boxes, just empty boxes, just a huge list of them. If that's the case, that's fine. So once you've found this, you should have 2 places for ports. It might not be external port and internal port. It might be port 1, port 2, outside port, inside port. But you should have 2 places for a port. You should have like an ID or an application name, and then you should have protocol and an IP address there. So for application name or your ID or your identification name, just enter in Minecraft. Right? This is just to identify what this port forward is for. Now, for anything to do with port, it doesn't matter what it says for port. If it says the word port at all, just enter 25565. Whether it's external port, internal port, port 1, port 2, first port, second port, outside port, inside port. Doesn't matter. Just enter 25565. For internal port, we're going to do the exact same thing. It says port, so we're going to do 25565. For protocol, it's going to be both, or TCP/UDP or UDP/TCP. Whatever it is, you want to make sure both are selected. If you can't select both, just do this port forward twice. one for each protocol. So nevertheless, we can select both there, so that's what we're going to do. Now for device IP, this is going to be our IPv4 address. So in my case, 192.168.1.184.1.184. There we go. See, that is my IPv4 address. You may have a drop-down box, by the way, and if you do, just select the device that you're setting your server up on as your device there. At this point, I can go ahead and save because my port forward is done. I can click apply, okay, all that stuff. However, if you have an external IP in addition to an internal IP, or an outside IP in addition to an internal IP, your outside IP is going to be your public IP address. Luckily for everyone else watching this video, you also need your public IP address, as that's how your friends are going to join your server. So, to find your public IP address, go to the description down below. There's a thing called What's My IP Address, and it will take you here. This is where you can see your IP address. Now, for you, there's a lot of black boxes on the screen, and I get that. But that's because, again, you don't want to give your IP address out to anybody and everybody. You only want to give it out to people you trust, people you know will not take your internet offline or figure out where you live, and you don't care if they figure out where you live and all that stuff. And that's why I'm not, in a public video here giving you my entire IP address. What I am giving you is the last two numbers of my IP address here, which is 0.29. More than happy to give that away. Can't get any information from that, and that shows you that what you see here, my public IP address, is what you're going to see in Minecraft here in a second. So nevertheless, let's go ahead and copy this public IP address, and again, you can see all the information people can get with your public IP address over here, where you live, all of that stuff, even latitude and longitude coordinates. That's why if you want a public server, use someone like Apex. Do not host it yourself. Nevertheless, go ahead and copy your IP address. If you needed to enter that on your router, go ahead and paste it in here. Make sure you have saved and applied and just confirmed your port forward. And then at that point, we can close our web browser. That was a lot, but guess what? The hard part is over. At this point, just double click on the run.bat file to run your server, and we can go ahead and open up Minecraft. How do you like this new Minecraft launcher, by the way? Let me know in the comment section down below on that, because it's interesting. I don't mind it. I'm going to make sure that I select the latest release, 1.14.3, and click play. Now Minecraft 1.14.3 will open up, and we'll be able to join our newly created server that is preparing spawn over here. To give Mojang some credit, they did improve server startup performance, I think, with this new version. Seems like it's a lot quicker. But nevertheless, let's move this in line so you'll be able to see both of them. And once Minecraft is open here, we can go ahead and join on in. So boom, go ahead and click on multiplayer. And oh, what is that? Play.breakdowncraft.com covered over because we're not in the right version right now. We're updating literally after this video. But nevertheless, play.breakdowncraft.com is the best Minecraft server in the multiverse. If you are just looking for a great Greek-protected survival server, come play with us on play.breakdowncraft.com. We have incredible survival with quests, jobs, player-based economy, awesome stuff like that, as well as custom skyblock. So come play with us. Play.breakdowncraft.com is the IP. But nevertheless, I'm just going to go ahead and direct connect to our public IP address. There again, you can only see the last two digits, .29, but that is because I don't want to give this out publicly, neither do you. So let's go ahead and click join server, and we'll go ahead and see that over here we do join right on in. There we go. As we can see, joining on in over here, joining in over here, and we are now in our server. Just to prove that this is 1.14.3, we're going to go ahead and op ourselves. So come over to the console, and I would recommend you do this as well. Type OP and then your username. In my case, that's Nick's Games, but whatever your username is, just OP space your username and hit enter. Then in game, we'll see made Nick's Games a server operator, and now we can do /game mode creative, right like so. And we can fly around and do all that stuff, and we can check out and make sure that this is in fact 1.14.3, and there's actually a village over there. You can see that lag that's happening. That is due to the server loading too many chunks too quickly. You actually won't have that too big of an issue running around with 4 gigabytes of RAM. However, I will say server performance is a lot worse than it used to be when it comes to Minecraft and 1.14.3. But nevertheless, look at that. That villager definitely not an old villager. We can also go ahead and grab a crossbow real quick, right like so, and shoot a sheep just to show you that this is in fact the new version of Minecraft 1.14.3. Thank you all so much for watching. Now at this point, if you do have any issues with your server, if like for example your friends can't join or something like that, what do? Well, we do have a solution for you. Look at that iron golem, that's pretty cool. But we do have a solution for you. What you want to do is double check your port forward first. Most of the time it's an issue with your port forward. At that point it could also be a firewall. If your port forward's correct, it could be an issue with your firewall, either on your router itself or on your computer. It could also be an antivirus on your computer. So that's kind of what you want to check, is your port forward and then your antivirus and then your firewall, both on your computer and on your router. If you do have any questions about starting a Minecraft 1.14.3 server, let us know in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Nick. This has been The Breakdown, and I am out. Peace.